explore what the Camino was. Everywhere we go, people are very friendly and very welcoming. People of all ages, just walking by themselves. In terms of training, I would say to at least get a very good and comfortable shoes.
Hello, pilgrims. Welcome to Camino Wonder podcast. My name is Efrain, founder of Camino Wonders, a travel agency for the Camino. And I'm passionate about the Camino de Santiago, also known as the Way of St. James. Our podcast is a window for pilgrims to talk about their experiences on the Camino de Santiago, as well as a place for future pilgrims to share their motivations for walking the Camino. Today is our first episode, and we have with us Addis, who walked the Camino de Santiago last year. Welcome, Addis, and thank you for being with us today. What did you do the Camino, and tell us a little bit about you?
Sure, Efrain, thank you for inviting me. It's a pleasure to talk about the Camino. And first of all, it was the Camino. I did it last year. We did the coastal Portuguese. We started in Bayona, and I think we walked like 5 days. And the question was about why I did it.
Yes.
Yes. Well, I have heard about the Camino throughout the years, and I always looked at it like something that was not reachable for me to do. Like you will see it like far away. Oh yes, people do the Camino, but it never crossed my mind that I was going to go because I thought it was going to be kind of, difficult, something difficult to do. However, I have some friends who invited me to explore the idea, and just traveling kind of makes me feel a little bit overwhelmed. So I told my friend, listen, just let me know how much it's going to cost and, the logistics about it. And let me know so I can just pay for it.
Okay.
And it was that makes it easy for me, for those people that traveling, making reservations, by purchasing the flights, all that could be overwhelming. So having somebody else do it for you, it makes it less stressful and easy for me. Also, I wanted to explore what the Camino was. By that time, I didn't watch the movie The Camino, but anything that has to do with hiking, it really calls my attention.
Yeah, that's really cool. So I understand that the reason why once you decided to do it is because somebody took care of all those things to planning the travel. So once that happened, and when you were on the Camino, what do you think that made all those things that
Mhm.
made that Camino easier for you?
Well, definitely, since it's a pilgrimage, you want to know where you're going to stay to sleep. And so the agency did all the accommodations and the reservations about lodging. And the other thing that I really liked is that, for example, I have hernias on my back. And just to know that I will not be carrying that much weight on my back throughout the hiking, make things easier. So it was very convenient to know that the agency was going to transport my belongings from one hotel to the other hotel or hostel. So that was one of I think, the main benefits of doing this type of trips with the use of a company that arranges all these logistics.
Okay. And tell me, were you by yourself, just with your friend, or were somebody else going with you?
Well, at the beginning, it was a group of people, two couples that were walking with us. However, I mean, we remain in a group, but I like to walk like I didn't know I could walk that fast. So, and I guess the main reason for me walking fast is because if I do it slowly, I kind of lose the pace and the momentum. So, and I become lazy, I don't know, or tired. So, my other friend and I just had a different pace. And so we walked faster than the other two couples, but we will always join, like to have dinner or to have lunch, or in just to walk around a town. Hmm.
Okay, and when you were walking, what did you see around that you liked it a lot?
Well, first of all, the coastal Portuguese has beautiful, stunning views, and I live here in North Carolina, and I don't get to go to the beach very often and see mountains, because you're always working, having your daily routine. But anyways, just the views were stunning. I really love the the scenarios, not only the coast, but there's some other, you get to go inland and walk through like like the woods kind of thing, and going to different towns, and every town has little churches, and they have a lot of history, which I really like history. Hmm.
Okay, and while you were walking the Camino, did you
Hmm.
met anybody else, any other people that were walking the
No,
Camino?
yes, you see people from all over the world. The Camino is very well known by a lot of people, and the nice thing is that you is the enthusiasm. People are walking with a big smile, sharing their their joy, their joy, the positive expectations. Um, we were walking, and I have to remember this because it was actually very hilarious. We were walking, and we bumped into a group of, I think it was a group of old friends from high school, something like that, from Spain, and they were all singing, um, songs from their childhood. And some of those songs I kind of were from cartoons that I also used to watch. So it was funny because they were singing, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna sing with you guys. So there was part of the Camino that we all went together. We all walked together with this group, and under the rain. So the rain was like secondary because we were singing in the rain. So that was very enjoyable. It was one of the memorable moments that I had
Oh,
in the Camino. Hmm.
that's really good. Would you say that the Camino made your expectation or exceed your expectations, and why?
Well, it depends on what expectations you have, but I think it met my expectations, and I would say beyond. Because when you travel, you have certain expectations based on videos that you have watched, etc. But it's not the same when you are actually doing the walk. And it was more like, not like when you travel or do some type of tourism, you want to capture everything with your eyes or with your camera and get all this information. But with the Camino, it's more than that. It's not it's more than getting all this information about history, about architecture, about the land, the people, the food. It is more like how you process all that information, and how um your encounter with with nature. And for me, walking through nature is the best way to be closer to God. And when you're closer to God, or any type of spiritual belief that you have, you discover who you are, and you encounter yourself. And there were many moments that I was walking, and a lot of things went through my mind while I was walking. And one of them was like, you have to be grateful with, your body, right? And take care of your body because you're walking and your body needs to be in good condition. But also be thankful with the creator, because there's so many beautiful things that you get to see, and people that you get to meet, that you know um, it's a very personal
Okay.
experience. Hmm.
Okay. And when you were there, and then once you already have all the package arrangement and all that, and the way that the hotel works, the transportation of luggage works, and all that, how was it comparing when you just book that information?
It was what I was it was everything that it was done. It was under my expectations. There's logistic under it. You have to bring your stuff, your belongings early in the morning before 8, which is perfect because at 8 you should be having your breakfast and be ready to leave. And that actually worked by the clock, you
Okay.
know. And every time that we arrived to the hotels, our things were there, so there was not any moment that I would say it was negative, or my belongings are not here, where are they? And actually I was confident that after the first 2 days you kind of, oh yes, my things are going to be here when I arrive. Or there was I was confident, and it was not part it was something that I didn't have to be concerned about. I was more into what shoes, what socks am I going to use? Is it going to rain or not? Think, what am I going to be carrying? Do I feel okay to walk? That type of things. But the least of my worries was about lodging and the transportation of my belongings. The other thing that I like is that all, if not most, of the places that we arrived to sleep were very clean. I was actually impressed. The beds were, oh, I mean, they were okay. They were comfortable. So it's something that I didn't have to worry about. I was just, you go to sleep and you need to rest, and then get ready for the next day.
Okay. And during that time, on those stays on the different hotel that you were sleeping at, anything that made your attention and say, "Wow, this is extra service." What they happen? Happened something to you like that?
Yes, yes. One is that it got to a point that we kind of got um, tired of washing our clothes in the bathroom. So there was one hotel that offered a laundry for you. So you put everything on a bag. It was not expensive at all, and they in a few hours they had everything ready for us, our clothes folded. So that was pretty nice. Another thing that happened to us is that we got to our hotel really late, and I didn't get to have dinner outside. So when I arrived to the hotel, it was this very rustic kind of house, and the hostesses, I told them, listen, do you have something to eat? Because I'm kind of hungry.
Uh,
And then the lady prepared a feast. I mean, it was a tray with different type of cheeses, crackers, different type of breads. She did a tortilla which is not the Mexican tortilla. It was like scrambled eggs
okay.
with onions and tomatoes, and there was a salad with tomatoes, and the tomatoes were amazing. So I was not expecting that from her. I thought she was going to give me a snack, or um, something less complex. But she actually went above and beyond to make me feel like a home, basically. And the tomatoes were delicious. I don't know if it was the olive oil or what it was, but it was I don't know if it was I was very hungry or what. But and then I asked her if I owe her anything, and she said, "No, no, this is."
Wow. So that means that their attention was fantastic.
Yes. And everywhere we go, people are very friendly and very welcoming, and um like they always people just greet you with smiles and telling you buen camino.
Oh, that's nice. And how do they tell you? I imagine that they tell you in Spanish, right?
Correct. Correct.
Okay. No matter from where they are
It
from.
doesn't matter. They tell you buen camino, which means you know, a a good path or a good camino, good way.
Okay, okay, that's good to hear. And
Mhm.
then during when you were walking your Camino,
Mhm.
in average, how many hours a day do you think that you walk every day?
I would say that we will leave early around 9, 8:30 or 9, and we will arrive to the next town. I don't know, like I don't know. That's hard to say. Like at 4 or 3 in the afternoon. So we will have time to go to the hotel, take a shower, get dressed, and go and enjoy the evening in the town.
And do you have any meals between you left and you arrived to the next hotel?
Yes. Throughout the Camino, you can find places where you can eat something like a sandwich or with a nice ham.
And
I,
how are those places? How do they look? Those places?
those places are, clean. The attention, it's great, very friendly. It's not expensive at all. I found that every time that we will eat in those places was something affordable. Um, and so yeah, and the food is so delicious that you can even just eating bread with a ham or something more elaborate like empanada gallega or caldo gallego. Those are like more elaborated dishes from the gastronomic area.
What
Mhm.
about the seafood?
I'm gonna become hungry. Yeah, no, I don't want to be hungry. But yes, it was you see my mouth now, it's watery. The the food, it's amazing. I mean, the just the flavors. I don't know why here in the USA things taste differently. But the octopus was amazing. Again, the empanada gallega. They have a lot of tapas, so you get to try a little bit of everything. And so I don't like salty food, and I didn't find anything like salty. It was great. I That's one of
And
the great pleasures to have
okay,
the food.
that's nice. And how about did you get lost at any point?
No, no, because there's signs all over the place. And even if there was a moment that we were following people who were riding bikes because we thought that was the Camino, and then actually the bike those people told us, listen, this is just for bikes. You go to that way. So, but even the locals will tell you where to go if you ever look lost. The other thing is that a lot of people are walking all the time. I don't remember a time that I would like look forward or look back and there was nobody. Um, and again, there's a lot of signs all over. The yellow arrow takes you to Santiago. Hmm.
Yeah, the shell, right?
And the shell, of course.
And then they
And
provide. I know that they provide also the distance that are
Mhm.
from where you are that shell to Santiago. They provide you with the
Correct.
kilometers.
And they have these towers that tells you the amount of kilometers left to arrive to Santiago.
Okay.
Mhm.
And then, would you say that you are in the middle of nowhere when you are walking the Camino, or
No,
you easily can find?
Yes.
a place where to go.
Yeah. In and if any doubt will come, like, oh my God, where are we? You just use your phone. You
Okay.
can use your Google Maps and put an address, and you'll get wherever you need to go. And again, in each town, there's pharmacies, supermarkets. There's everything like any other town. And I know, but I didn't feel like I was isolated or in danger. You know,
Okay.
I saw a lot of women actually walking solo, and people of all ages just walking by themselves. Hmm.
Okay. And did you remember when you were using your phone over there? It was expensive to use your phone over there because your phone is from the US. It was
Hmm.
expensive to use it there.
Well, you have to. I do have AT&T, so I think I paid like $10 per day
Okay.
to be able to use, because I wanted to be, we're used to to phones, and sometimes I will do actually FaceTime with my husband, so he gets to see the surroundings and he gets to see me that I was okay. And the other thing is that I always shared my location with him, so he was actually kind of walking with me
Okay.
in the distance. So yeah, I think it's important to have your phone, because it makes you feel in a way safe. Hmm.
That's good to know. And would you make the Camino again?
Absolutely. I think once you get to Santiago, that's what people say. That's when the Camino starts. And so yes, I'm looking forward to do another of the Caminos. Hmm.
Would you make a different one or the same one?
Well, I love the one that I did. I wish I could do it again.
Okay.
But I understand that I should actually do another one, for the sake of exploring and knowing different another, part of
Okay. And
Galicia.
would
Hmm.
you recommend to somebody else do the Camino with you next time? And to who?
Absolutely. I actually recommend it to a lot of people, and eh, but again, it's a very personal journey. I just tell people to be, open minded in reference to, because it's a different type of tourism, and
Okay.
so you have to be open-minded. You have to be prepared with the right gear. You have to um, welcome any not surprises, but welcome and embrace any moment, and be positive and enthusiastic about it, and keep on moving forward. Hmm.
Okay, so that's good to know. And what kind of tips would you recommend to somebody that is looking to walk the Camino?
Well, in terms of training, I would say to at least get a very good or comfortable shoes, and use those shoes for walking at least 5 or 3 times a week. Um, Start walking. You know, start with 2 miles if you are not a person that walks. Start with 2 miles and then go up to 3 or 4 miles, so you can start creating some endurance. Work on your breathing, and actually feel more comfortable walking. What other tips? Well, in terms of the gear, to use a wool socks. And before you wear those socks, you need to get some Vaselines, and put the Vaselines between your toes and top on your your feet. And then what else? I use a stick, but a natural and organic stick. I just found a stick
Okay,
in the woods, and that was a stick that walked with me all the way. Um, what else? I don't know. Help me out. Let me see. In terms of tips, uh, well, I have one change of clothes on my backpack, and I had a water. My one of
How
those.
much water do you have with you?
I have this. I don't know. I have this,
Okay.
and I think this has. Let's see, 30, 32 ounces to 64.
Okay.
But I think I used only the 32 because throughout the Camino you find places where you can drink water.
Okay.
This is I actually needed to have this with me because I need to be hydrated most of the time because I do have kidney stones. So I need to drink a lot of water. But some other people just carry a bottle and then
Okay.
they will fill up the bottle um, throughout the Camino. Hmm.
Yeah, I remember that there are also water fountains,
Uh-huh.
but it's important that those water fountains are drinkable water, so you need to see the
Hmm.
signs before drinking that. Uh,
Yes.
but yeah, that you have everything that, and it's also the opportunity that I made the Camino. It was also easy to find a place when you needed to go to the restroom and all that. And
Correct.
the Camino that I did was like that. And
Hmm.
so I do not see that we need to worry about anything. And even if you get lost or you are tired, you
Yeah.
can call a taxi, for example,
Hmm.
pick it up
Yeah.
where you are, not necessarily where you are walking, but probably very close where you
Hmm.
are. And
Yeah.
those
And
are
that was one of my concerns because the more water you drink, the more you want to go to a bathroom, possibly. But then there's always, in the Camino, there's always a place that will tell you restrooms or a little restaurant that will allow you with no problem to use the bathroom. And most of the time, those bathrooms were clean. One of the things that I brought were little wipes that were individually packed. I would carry like four or five of those in my backpack, and in the case, there's no paper towel or something like that. But yeah, that was the least of my concerns.
okay. Thank you very much, Alice. Before finish the podcast, we're gonna do kind of a game, a little game, very quick to see
Okay.
how are your preferences or this or that. We're gonna be talking. What do you prefer, an hotel or an albergue?
The hotel.
The hotel. Okay. What do you prefer to get someone to take care of the logistics of your travel or do it by yourself?
I know somebody else can take care of that. I don't. I get overwhelmed and stressed out.
Breakfast included or not included?
Breakfast should be included, so you eat something and then you're ready to go.
Okay. And transportation of the luggage included or not included?
They included all the way.
Okay.
Yes. So in terms of the transportation, your pajamas. You don't need your pajamas where you're walking, or your toothpaste, or your toothbrush and your
And,
hairbrush, or things like that.
and walking the Camino or biking the Camino?
No walking.
Walking the Camino. Okay. So then thank you very much, Alice, for being again here today. I appreciate your time. And to the viewers, thank you for who watched us today. We hope you have enjoyed our podcast. And remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on our social media channels. And join us on our next episode. And don't forget to leave your comments about questions that you may have for guests in future episodes. Thank you again to everybody. Thank you.
Well, thank you and buen camino.
Buen camino.
Till next time.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.